Hey guys, welcome back to Meepers Jeepers. Today what I got for you is I've been trying to expand, like some more products that I'm into for the channel, because new tools coming out that, it's kind of lengthy. So, I mean, me and the wife do some camping and, trailing and stuff, obviously, with the Jeeps. So, and when I was a kid, I was big into knives. And recently, with one purchase, from Icon, that Icon knife with a D2 steel on it. So I've kind of, gotten back into my interest for knives. Everything from box cutters to, this one I've had in my Jeep and trucks for, guys, I don't know, 10 years. And this is, it's a $10 little knife, but it's excellent. This one here, I've had for quite a while too. It kind of sits in my remote holder on my end table. To cut open Amazon boxes and stuff. So what I got for you today is I've been recently getting into more higher end knives. Guys, Microtech, I've only, I've heard of Microtech before. I've only recently bought a couple of their knives, but I can't tell you how ridiculously impressed I am with these knives. So I did a video on the LUDT, sorry. It's the Large Underwater Demolition Team. That's what Microtech had engineered and manufactured this knife for. So what I got a new one that I got a couple days ago from Microtech. And guys, this is an American-made company. It's an American company. These are made in the USA. I believe from start to finish. I haven't researched a lot on Microtech yet, but guys, these knives, if you're a knife nut, you cannot go in your collection with not having, a Microtech. So I've always been a fan of switchblades. I had a couple stilettos when I was a kid, a couple butterfly knives, and numerous other ones. So I was really into knives as a kid. So the OTF market kind of caught my eye, and I'm really into the OTF knives, double action. So this Microtech is like, you can see that, great box, great graphics on the box. I love that eagle claw. But comes with the, nice, if I can get it out, there we go. Nice user's manual. Comes with a sticker in there. Tells you how to take care of the blade, clean it, and, keep it, I don't think that the steel on these so much rust. They may. Anyway, guys, this is just a care manual and, a maintenance manual for it, which is kind of nice that they add that. So there's no question. This comes from Microtech, how to take care of this knife. And the UTX-85, guys, is it's 85% the size, so 15% smaller than the Microtech Ultratech. And it just comes in a little plastic bag. Still nice foam in the box, nice box, and a little bit of, history or on Microtech on the back of the box and the family. But guys, the action on this knife, I've not had per se an OTF knife. I have had the couple stiletto switchblades when I was a kid. Got taken away at school. You wouldn't do that today, would you? The Ultratech, to me, when I was researching these knives, just seemed a little large for an EDC. But guys, the jimping on that switch, look at that. Like, you ain't slipping on that, forward or backwards. There we go. There's, jimping along the body itself of the knife, a nice glass breaker, a pocket clip that has the BOA date, born on, date on it, and then a serial number. And from what I understand, I wear Duluth pants, the Duluth dry on the fly. So, you know, they're very thin pants. So this belt clip or pocket clip being that tight works well for me. But this little bend in it right here, you can take a pair of pliers or something, rubber tipped hopefully, and adjust the tightness of that clip. If you're wearing like, you know, heavy jeans, fire hose jeans from Duluth, you can adjust that a little bit so it's not, you know, wearing out the corner of your pocket so quickly, which makes it nice. They, you know, they add that just kind of so where you know where to bend it at, you know, I guess. But guys, the action on that knife, I mean, I can do this. I've been, the past couple of days I've had it, I just sit in the house. It's like a, you know, a fidget spinner. This is all I've been doing. And it's a little hard on the thumb, but I think that the action will smooth out once you get a couple hundred fires on it, you know. But again, guys, you see that blade, and it's got the, you know, the model number on it and all. I'm not a big fan of dagger blades. I mean, I do like them. I just prefer, you know, a nice drop point. I don't really like serration because they're so hard to, you know, sharpen. Well, they're harder than a smooth blade to sharpen anyway. But the nice thing about, you know, Microtech is the steel that they use for these blades. This LUDT knife has an M390. I believe this one's the same. Yep, M390. You guys probably won't be able to see that, but it's right there on the bottom corner of the blade. Like for what I will be using this knife for, guys, I don't think that I'll ever have to actually sharpen this knife. I mean, you know, couple months, few months, depending on the use, how much I use it, goes by. I might hone it. I mean, I got some higher end, you know, like very high end shun knives and some Wusthoffs in the house, and I have a nice honing steel for them. So I may, after a few months, 6, 8, 10, 12 months, have to hone this a little bit on the steel, but I'm not thinking that, I don't think I'm ever going to have to actually sharpen this knife just for what I use it for. I cut boxes and, you know, like this foam that I put down on my modular units in the garage, you know, thin rubber that I put on the shelves of the toolboxes and stuff. But I don't think that I will ever have to sharpen this knife. If I do, you'll know. And I kind of got back into knives because my buddy Durbin, he has a YouTube channel called the Durbin Compound. Check him out. He does a lot of, you know, knife videos and just a little general, you know, boots and how-to and tool videos, you know, reviews, stuff like that. It's a great channel. But Durbin always carries around, like, you know, the newest and best pocket knife. So now, you know, I feel like since, you know, I've gotten into, you know, liking these higher end knives, that, you know, I'm kind of in competition with Mr. Durbin, you know, who has the nicest, you know, most hottest knife in their pocket. So hopefully when he sees this video, you know, he'll be a little jealous that I got a UTX-85 and, you know, the underwater demolition team knife. But I really like the drop point and the two-tone, you know, like the milled. I still don't know what that, you know, channel is on that knife. I know there's a name for it, but again, guys, I've only been back in this for maybe, you know, getting knives for maybe 3-4 weeks. So, you know, as I do more research, obviously, you know, I'll learn more of the knife terms or knife slang. But like I said, Durbin's always carrying around, you know, a pretty dope knife. So me and him's fixing to, you know, battle it out with who has again, the nicest and the hottest, newest knife. But it's got a glass breaker on the back. I mean, you can give it or take it. It don't really matter to me. And that end, if you can see right there, it's got a very tiny hole if you want to put a tether or, you know, a lanyard or something on it, which I don't know why you'd want to do that. But and another nice thing, like, you know, the Icon knife that I just bought a month ago, is that these are guaranteed forever. The workmanship and the build on it. I mean, obviously, you know, they're not going to guarantee it if you're, you know, you're cutting brake lines with it or something like that. I mean, it's just not what the knife's for. But guys, I mean, the two that I have, and here in the near future, I plan on, you know, getting at least, I know I want 2 more of the Microtech line. And I like Benchmade also. But Benchmade for me, I mean, I like kind of poppy colors. I know this one's, completely black. They have a black with bronze hardware and a bronze blade that matches my 392. You might be seeing that fairly soon. But the thickness of the blade is, I got some notes here. 1.25, the blade length is 3 inches. And of course, like I said, the blade name would be a drop point. Let's see, obviously the chassis is aluminum. The thickness of the handle is about 1/2 inch. Overall length, when it's deployed, is 7.5 inches. About stabbing myself in the knuckle there. The pocket clip itself is 304 stainless, and not so much this knife, but I know that you can buy different pocket clips, at either off Amazon or where I got this one was the underwater demolition team knife was at REC, which is River's Edge Cutlery. Guys, if you have not been to that store in Columbus off of Cemetery Road and you're kind of a knife nut, I'll put some pictures in the video. Guys, you've got to check out that store. I'm pretty sure it's locally owned. I've only been there a couple times. I'm pretty sure it's locally owned. But guys, they have hundreds upon hundreds of knives in that store. It's brand new. They just built it, I don't know, a few months ago. It's really literally just opened up. And they moved from another part of Columbus. But I went in there a couple times, and guys, the knives in there, you can't believe the anything from like $22 all the way up to $700, $800, $900. And the thing I did notice is doing some of the research. Amazon sells Civivi knives, and I didn't really think much about them because I do a lot on Amazon, and I've noticed the knives on there come up in my feeds. But River's Edge Cutlery has them Civivi knives in store. So I'm going to check them out sometime in the future because I'm assuming if River's Edge has them in store that they're fairly nice knives. So I'm going to check them out and a few others. But I mean, this here is just the first couple Microtechs I have, guys. And guys, this thing hits like a truck. I mean, there's no blade play. There's a little bit in this one, but I think that's... I don't know if you can hear that. Guys, it's minimal. But I think that really just kind of goes with an OTF knife. But I know the new one is supposed to have zero blade play in it. But guys, the Microtech knives, I love supporting American-made products, and River's Edge Cutlery, I love supporting local businesses because that helps everybody out, not just the business. But this one here, I'm going to do I get a couple more. I'm going to do a few more videos, but I'm going to do a one and all video, which one I like the best. But boy, I tell you what, these two here, it's a close race. I love the blade on that stone wash on that blade and the hardware. And this one obviously is just the black and white and the milled sides on the knife. But I mean, guys, the action on that. I mean, it's just awesome. I love this knife. And this will probably be, my, I hate to say, well, I got a knife for, every outfit. But, I mean, this is probably my everyday carry. And this will be, when we go out on dates and dinners and stuff with the wife. This is, because it's just a little more easy to conceal in the pocket. They both have, I think that all Microtechs have deep pocket carry clips. So you really you wouldn't see this at all if it wasn't for that glass breaker. And, I mean, like I said, you can take the glass breaker. I mean, it doesn't mean one thing or the other to me about, whether it's on the knife or not. But neither of these have any hot points on them. Like gripping them, like they fit nice in the hand. That top, I know they got some other kinds, and I want to get one that have the firing mechanism on the face of the knife. But when you grip that knife. I mean, and I got big paws. It just like nestles right in your hand. It's just, guys, I can't say enough about it. I love this knife. And I plan on, getting some more, at least a couple more OTFs. I've heard of, some cheaper options for an OTF. So I'm going to pick one or two of them up. But, guys, I mean, other than the price of them other ones, I just don't see them beating this. I mean, this thing is just, it is superb. This, if you guys have not had a Microtech knife in your hand, guys, go to River's Edge Cutlery, Columbus, off Cemetery Road. I'm not paid to say that. It is a beautiful store, and I like going in there. I mean, it's just an adult toy store. But if you haven't held one of these and fired one of these, whether it be the double action or, the single action fold outs, guys, you can't beat Microtech. Do they come at a price? Yeah, they're a little pricey. They're a little more, pricey than, your box cutters or, the knife you get at Walmart. I mean, Cabela's got some pretty nice knives, but, this one here, and I'm not bragging, guys, this one here was, I think, right at $300, maybe a little over with tax. The Underwater Demolition Team knife, I think, was $281 with tax out the door. So, guys, having, these knives, it's not a cheap hobby or a cheap collector's item. And can you get the job done? Like I push, spend money only where you need to on tools. Can you get the job done, with a cheaper knife? Yeah, probably. But like I said, this thing, I doubt that, I have not, the research that I've done, I've not heard of one of these failing. Not firing. And another nice thing about it, even if it does, and that button, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's hard to push, but it's hard enough where, you ain't going to have to worry about that thing firing in your pocket. But if it does, it stops. It doesn't go all the way. And then it comes off track. See that? And then you just pull it out. Goes right back in. Right back to normal functions. So, I mean, but this, guys, these aren't, and this button's recessed a little bit, if you see that. So, like, these things firing in your pocket, I just don't see it happening. I mean, obviously anything's possible, but, I mean, boy, you'd have to really hit your leg with something, or rub something across your leg to get this thing to fire, in your pocket. But, again, guys, if you have not held a higher end knife, whether it be a Microtech or a Spyderco or the Benchmades, I mean, guys, Benchmades, I don't have one. I was, messing around with some up at River's Edge Cutlery. That's probably going to be, my next purchase will be, a Benchmade knife. But guys, give me a like and a subscribe. Tell me what your favorite, whether it's Microtech or Benchmade or Spyderco, Icon. Just let me know what your favorite knife is and what you think about Microtech knives. Until next time, guys, thanks a lot. We'll see you later.